Hi students, myself Satish Kumar Kondala, Assistant Professor, School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Vignan Foundation for Science, Technology and Research, Guntur. In previous video, we discussed about the antiarrhythmic drugs. In that, we discussed about the introduction to arrhythmias, that means what is meant by arrhythmia, electrophysiology of the heart, different phases which are involved in the action potential of the cardiac cell and SA node action potential. And also we discussed about the different classes of arrhythmias and their mechanisms. In this video, we are going to discuss about the classification of antiarrhythmic drugs along with their chemistry, mechanism of action, structural activity relationship. After watching these videos, student could be able to understand the chemistry, metabolic pathways and adverse effects of antiarrhythmic drugs, and they could also know the mechanism of action, structural activity relationship of different classes of antiarrhythmic drugs. Finally, they could know the synthesis, chemical properties and pharmacological actions of some important antiarrhythmic drugs. The contents of this video includes classification of antiarrhythmic drugs, mechanism of action, structural activity relationship and adverse effects of antiarrhythmic agents. Let us see one by one. So antiarrhythmic drugs are nothing but the drugs which are used to treat or managing the arrhythmic condition. When using this type of drugs, so there may be a chance to producing the arrhythmias again. So that means, so there is a chance to development of arrhythmias by the antiarrhythmic drugs. Example for that, when you use some of the drugs to treat the non-life threatening bradycardia, which may lead to the producing of fatal ventricular arrhythmia. So when you use the antiarrhythmic drug, that may also lead to the producing of arrhythmia condition. Okay, so while using this type of drugs, care should be taken to determine the dose, blood levels of these type of drugs. For treating the arrhythmia condition, so there are different types of therapeutic strategies are there. So first one is a utilization of sodium channel blockers, beta-adrenergic receptor blockers, and prolongation of the repolarization phase, and using of calcium channel blockers, and utilization of the adenosine and digitalis glycosides. So these are the different type of strategies which are generally used in the treatment of arrhythmias. So when it comes to the classification of antiarrhythmic drugs, so they are basically classified into 4 classes. So this classification is also called as Wagon-Williams-Singh classification. Wagon-Williams-Singh classification. So it consisting of 4 classes of drugs. So in case of class 1, they are nothing but the sodium and potassium channel blockers. The class 1 drugs will primarily blocks the sodium and sometimes they are also blocking the potassium channels. So the class 1 drugs will block the sodium and potassium channels, particularly they act on the sodium channels. And these class 1 drugs again sub-classified into 3 types, 1A, 1B and 1C. Class 1A drugs will act as the moderate to marked sodium channel blockers, and class 1B drugs will act as mild to moderate sodium channel blockers, and class 1C drugs will act as markable sodium channel blockers. And class 2 drugs are nothing but the beta adrenoreceptor antagonist, and class 3 drugs are nothing but the drugs which are prolonging the repolarization phase. Class 4 drugs are nothing but the calcium channel blockers. Calcium channel blockers are calcium channel antagonist. In case of class 1A drugs, examples are quinidine, procainamide, disopyramide. In case of class 1B drugs, examples are phenytoin, lidocaine, toconide and mexiletine. The example for class 1C drugs are lurkinide, felkinide. And example for the class 2 drugs that are nothing but the beta adrenoreceptor blockers, examples are sotalol and etinolol. And example for class 3 drugs are amiodarone, dofetilide. An example for class 4 drugs are verapamil and digitalis. Let me discuss these drugs in detail. Here we can see the phase of action of the different classes of antiarrhythmic drugs. So there are 4 classes of antiarrhythmic drugs, and here 5 phases in the action potential of the cardiac cell. And During these 5 phases, these 4 classes of drugs are shows their action. In case of class 1 drugs, they shows their action at phase 0. The class 1 drugs, so they are nothing but the sodium channel blockers. They can shows their action at phase 0. And in case of class 2 drugs, so that are nothing but the beta adenoreceptor blockers, and they can shows their action at phase 4. So they shows their action at phase 4. So that is the resting phase. And coming to the class 3 drugs, they are nothing but the prolongers of the refractory period. They will shows their action at phase 3. So they can shows their action at phase 3. And class 4 drugs will shows their action at phase 2. Class 4 drugs will shows their action at, so they are nothing but the calcium channel blockers. They can shows their action at phase 2. That is nothing but the plateau phase. So these are the interrelation with the different classes of antiarrhythmic drugs with that of the phases which are involved in the cardiac action potential. So in case of class 1 drugs, they are subclassified into 1A, 1B and 1C. So first we will discuss about the class 1A drugs. They are nothing but the sodium and potassium channel blockers. So when you see in the chemical structures of these drugs, so that is the first one is quinidine. So it consisting of phenolene ring. It consisting of the basic moiety which is present in the quinidine is nothing but phenolene ring. So this is the quinolene ring. And to this, at the 6th position, it consisting of methoxy group substitution, and at 4th position, it consisting of aza-bicyclo moiety. So at the 4th position, it is having the aza-bicyclo derivative substitution to this phenolene ring. And when you see in the chemical structure of proconamide, it is having the benzimido moiety, and to this there is a amine substitution at the para position, and this amide group is attached to the diethyl amino ethyl group. So the proconamide consisting of a benzamide molecule to this benzene which is present in the benzamide. At the para position there is a amine group is present, and the amide group is attached to the diethyl amino ethyl group. When you see in the chemical structure of disopyramide, it consisting of butanamide, and to this butanamide at second position there is a phenyl and pyridine substitution, and to this nitrogen present in the butanamide there are 2 propane molecules are attached. The mechanism of action in case of class 1A drugs are nothing but they act on open state sodium channels. These drugs blocks the open state sodium channels. So they blocks the open state sodium channels. Thereby they delays the channel recovery time. And they can also suppress the AV node. Thereby they can prolong the recovery period in the action potential. These drugs will block the sodium channels at greater and higher frequency rate. Thereby it can able to decrease the ectopic pacemakers that are responsible for the triggered arrhythmias. So in this way, these class 1A drugs will show their antiarrhythmic activity. And they can also prevent the re-entry phenomena. That means they can able to convert the unidirectional blockade into bidirectional. So in this way, these class 1A drugs will show the antiarrhythmic activity. When you observe this picture, so here the dark line indicates the action potential in case of arrhythmia, and when you use the class 1A drugs, they can prolong the depolarization phase. They can prolong the depolarization phase. So that means they can change the time of depolarization, and also they can prolong the repolarization phase, and also they can prolong the repolarization phase. Thereby it decreases the ectopic activity of pacemakers. And we know that quinidine is the D isomer of quinine, so which is obtained from the cinchona bar. So generally this quinidine is used as the anti-malarial drug. So generally this quinidine is used as the anti-malarial drug. Due to the presence of sodium channel blocking action, so this can be used as the antiarrhythmic drug. And by blocking the sodium channels, it can reducing the automaticity, conducting velocity, and prolongs the repolarization phase. And it also decreases the depolarization. That means it increases the depolarization time. and also it can increase the action potential duration and also increase the early repolarization phase. So these are the actions of quinidine. Repeating once again the actions of the quinidine. By blocking the sodium channel activity, it can decrease the automaticity and decreases the conduction velocity, prolongs the repolarization phase, and it increasing the action potential duration and also increasing the early repolarization phase. And other actions of this quinidine are nothing but it decreases the blood pressure by blocking the alpha receptors and also having the skeletal muscle relaxation activity. And coming to the uses of this quinidine, it is generally used in the treatment of atrial and ventricular arrhythmias. And when seen the adverse effects of this quinidine, it produces the arrhythmias and heart block, hypertension, and also shows the QT prolongation. Other adverse effects like GIT disturbances, thrombocytopenia, hepatitis, idiosyncratic reactions. So when you see in the metabolism of this quinidine, so it is subjected to first pass metabolism by O demethylation. So by O demethylation, and by the O demethylation, it can able to produce two types of hydroxylated derivatives. First one is the hydroxylated derivatives which are produced by the O demethylation when it is happened at quinoline ring, and another type of hydroxylated derivatives are nothing but when the phenolphthalein ring is subjected to O demethylation. So these are the two types of hydroxylated derivatives for the quinidine, and these two types of derivatives having the only 1/3 of the activity of that quinidine. And when you see in the mechanism of action in case of procainamide, it primarily blocks the sodium channel and then after it can able to block the potassium channel. So first it blocks the primary action of this procainamide is nothing but it blocks the sodium channel, and the second reaction is it also able to block the potassium channel. And by blocking these two channels, it can slow down the conduction velocity and pacemaker activity. What is a natural pacemaker which is present in the heart? That is nothing but the SA node, sinoatrial node. So procainamide, by blocking the sodium channel and potassium channel, they can decrease the pacemaker activity, and thereby it prolongs the action of potential duration and refractory period. So when you see in this image, it prolongs the duration of the action potential. So that means the duration of the action potential is increased. It can also decrease the amplitude of the action potential. So the amplitude of the action potential will be decreased in case of procainamide. So this procainamide is subjected to metabolism and produces two types of acylated derivatives like para-aminobenzoic acid derivative and N-acetyl procainamide. These are the two metabolites which are obtained from the procainamide, and this acylated metabolite, that means the N-acetyl procainamide, is also an active antiarrhythmic agent, and this N-acetyl procainamide is produced by the action of N-acetyl transferase. When the procainamide is subjected to metabolism by the action of N-acetyl transferase, so it is converted into N-acetyl procainamide. It is an active antiarrhythmic agent. And coming to the uses of procainamide, it is generally used in the treatment of ventricular arrhythmia and also used in the effective treatment of premature atrial contractions and atrial fibrillation, and used in the treatment of arrhythmia associated with the alcohol withdrawal. In case of disopyramide, it shows the similar actions as same as that of the quinidine, and when compared to the quinidine, it is well tolerated to the metabolism, and it can also shows the prominent anticholinergic actions and negative inotropic action. And coming to the adverse effects of this disopyramide, it produces the glaucoma, constipation, dry mouth, and urinary retention. When you see in the metabolism of this disopyramide, half of the drug is excreted in urine and rest of the drug is subjected to hepatic metabolism to form N-dealkylated compounds. And this drug is generally used in the treatment of arrhythmias. And the second subclass of class 1 antiarrhythmic drugs are nothing but the drugs which can shows the mild to moderate sodium channel blocking activity. Examples are phenytoin, lidocaine, mexiletine hydrochloride, toconide hydrochloride. So when you see in the chemical structure of phenytoin, which is also called as 5,5 diphenyl hadatoin, that means it consisting of a hadatoin structure. To this hadatoin structure, at the fifth position, it consisting of diphenyl substitution. It consisting of diphenyl substitution at 5th position. So that's why it is called as 5,5 diphenyl hydrotoin. And in case of lidocaine, it is also called as lignocaine. And when you see the chemical structure of lidocaine, it consisting of a metaxylene moiety, and to this metaxylene moiety there is a diethyl glycinamide group is attached. To this metaxylene moiety there is a diethyl glycinamide group is attached. So that is about the chemical structure of lidocaine. And when seen the chemical structure of mexiletine hydrochloride, it consisting of the xylene moiety as same as that of the lidocaine, and which is attached to the amide ethoxy group, and it is also having the hydrochloric acid. And in case of toconide hydrochloride, it is also having the metaxylene moiety, and to this there is a propanamide moiety is attached. There is a propanamide moiety is attached along with the hydrochloric acid. So these drugs, that means phenytoin, lidocaine, mexiletine, toconide, will block the inactivated sodium channels effectively than the open sodium channels. So when you see in the mechanism of action in case of these 1B subclass of class 1 drugs, so they can effectively block the inactivated sodium channels than the open sodium channels. That's why these drugs are not delay the sodium channel recovery, and also they cannot able to decrease the AV conduction and cannot able to prolong the action potential duration and early repollination phase and QT interval. So that means, so in case of these subclass, so that is a 1B subclass can blocks the inactivated sodium channels than the open sodium channels. Thereby they cannot delay the sodium channel recovery process. In the same way, they are not able to decrease the AV conduction, prolongation of action potential duration, early repollination phase and QT interval. So these are the actions of 1B subclass of class 1 antiarrhythmic drugs. And due to the mild sodium channel blocking action of these drugs, it doesn't show any effective action at the depollination phase, but it shortens the repollination phase, that is a phase 3. So it shortens the phase 3, that is a repollination phase, but it doesn't show any effective action. That means it shows the mild action at phase 0. And these are the actions of the class 1B antiarrhythmic drugs on cardiac action potential. And when you see in the individual actions of lidocaine and mexiletine, the lidocaine shows the prominent suppressing action of automaticity in ectopic pacemakers. And when you see in the mechanism of action, they are effectively blocking the inactivated sodium channels than the open sodium channels. And lidocaine and mexiletine will shorten the repollination phase, that is a phase 3, and thereby they reduce the action potential duration. And so in case of mexiletine, it is similar to that of the lidocaine due to the presence of xylyl moiety, and it can be used in the treatment of symptomatic ventricular arrhythmias. And in case of phenytoin, it shows the similar mechanism of action as same as that of the lidocaine, and toconide also a structural analog of lidocaine, but which is orally active, but it is subjected to less first pass metabolism than the lidocaine. And when you see in the 1C subclass of class 1 antiarrhythmic drugs, they are showing the marked sodium channel blocking activity. Examples are lorcainide and felkinide. So when you see in the chemical structure of lorcainide, it is a piperidine derivative consisting of histamide group, and to the amide group which is present in the histamide, there is a 4-chlorophenyl substitution, and the same way, and this nitrogen is attached to the piperidine which is having the propane substitution. And at the second position of the histamide, there is another phenyl substitution is present. So this is the structure of lorcainide. This is the structure of lorcainide. And when you see in the chemical structure of felkinide, it is also a piperidine derivative having the benzamides substitution. And this felkinide is the first antiarrhythmic drug which is having the fluorine in their chemical structure. And when you see in the mechanism of action of this 1C subclass of class 1 antiarrhythmic drugs, so they are potent sodium channel blockers, particularly open type sodium channel blockers. Thereby they can prolong the recovery of sodium channels. So for that reason, they can delay the conduction of the impulses, prolongs the AV interval, broadens QRS complex, but it shows the variant actions on action potential duration. And this type of drugs has the high proarrhythmic activity, and sometimes they can lead to the sudden deaths when they are administered chronically. So these are the some actions of this 1C subclass of class 1 antiarrhythmic agents. When you see in this picture, the 1C subclass of class 1 antiarrhythmic drugs will shows the marked effect on phase 0, that means depolarization phase, due to the prominent blocking of open sodium channels, but it doesn't show any significant action on the repolarization phase, that means the phase 3. So that means it shows the mild effect on phase 3. Thereby, so there is a variant actions in duration of the action potential, but it can reduces the repolarization phase, but they decreases the conduction of the impulses, prolongs the PR interval, and broadens the QRS complex. Lorcainide is generally used in the effective treatment of ventricular arrhythmias and tachycardia. In case of felkinide, which is the first fluorine containing antiarrhythmic drug, generally used in the treatment of arrhythmias which are life threatening in nature, such as sustained ventricular tachycardia. And next class of antiarrhythmic drugs are nothing but class 2 drugs, the beta adenoreceptor blockers or antagonists. Examples are sotalol and atenolol. So when you see in the chemical structure of sotalol, it is a sulfonamide derivative in which the phenyl sulfonamide, which is attached to the 1-hydroxy 2-propane 2-amino-ethyl group. And when you see in the chemical structure of atenolol, it consisting of a phenylethylamine group. It consisting of a phenylethylamide group. To this phenylethylamide group, there is a 2-hydroxy 3-propane propoxy group is attached. 2-hydroxy 3-propane propoxy group is attached to this phenylethylamide group. So that is the structure of atenolol. When you see in the second class of antiarrhythmic drugs, so they are nothing but the beta adenoreceptor blockers. So when they are blocking the beta receptors, particularly beta 1 receptors, they can slow down the SA node action, depress the atrioventricular conduction, depress the contractility of heart muscle, decreases the automaticity of SA node and ectopic pacemaker activity. And they can also decrease the noradrenaline release in the blood vessels, and they can decrease the renin secretion from the kidney cells. So these are the some actions. So by this type of actions, these beta adenoreceptor blocker shows their antiarrhythmic activity. So when you see in this image, by blocking the adenoreceptors, particularly beta 1 receptors, these beta adenoreceptor blockers will decrease the slope of depolarization phase, that is a phase 0, and they can prolong the repolarization phase, that means phase 3. So they can prolong the phase 3. Here we can see the complex of actions by the beta adenoreceptor blockers. So in case of heart muscle, they can decrease the heart rate, decrease the contractility of heart muscle, decrease the conduction of the impulses through the heart muscle. And in case of vasculature, they can block the alpha adrenergic receptors, thereby it decreases the sympathetic activity in case of vasculature, and also increasing the nitric oxide secretion. And in case of kidney, they can increase the secretion of renin, thereby they can show the complex actions like decreased blood pressure, decreased myocardial oxygen demand, decreased water and salt retention, decreased oxidative and inflammatory stress. And next class of antiarrhythmic drugs are class 3 drugs. They are also called as repolarization prolongers. Repolarization prolongers. Example for this class is amiodarone. So when you see in the chemical structure of amiodarone, it consisting of a benzofuran nucleus. To this benzofuran nucleus, there is a substitution of diethylaminoethoxy diiodophenyl methionine. So these are the substituent which is attached to the benzofuran nucleus. And at the second position of this benzofuran, it is having the butyl group as substituent. When you see in the mechanism of action in case of class 3 drugs, so that are nothing but the repolarization prolongers, these type of drugs will block the potassium channels. This type of drugs will block the potassium channels. Thereby the potassium ion concentration inside the cell is increased. So for that reason, it can increase the duration of action potential and reduces the normal automaticity of pacemaker. So when you see in this picture, so it doesn't show any action on the phase 0, but it shows the delayed repolarization phase. It delays the repolarization phase. That's why these drugs are called as the repolarization prolongers. So when the repolarization prolongs, then the duration of the action potential is increased. Once again, I am repeating the mechanism of action in case of class 3 drugs. So they shows their action by blocking the potassium channels. When the potassium channels are blocked, the intracellular potassium concentration is increased. So thereby it delays the repolarization phase. So thereby it delays the depolarization. Thereby it delays the repolarization phase. So that reason it can increase the duration of action potential and QT interval, and also decreases the normal automaticity of the pacemaker. So this is about the chemistry and mechanism of action in case of class 1, class 2 and class 3 antiarrhythmic agents. In next class we are going to discuss about the chemistry and mechanism of action in case of class 4 antiarrhythmic drugs, and we will discuss about the synthesis chemical properties and pharmacological uses of some important. Thank you.